Hi folks, been a while since I was on. I was hoping to put some stuff on over Christmas, but we all know what Christmas is like. It comes and goes in the blink of an eye. So what am I doing today? Well, these two trains you see here belong to my Uncle Gerard. He's had a model railway out for quite a few years, to say the least, and occasionally he has problems, and when he does, he gives them to me to fix. Thank you, Jed. Anyway, what have we got today? Right, we've got a very old Triang Pullman. This one is not running correctly and is making a burning smell when it's running, so it's probably the carbon brushes are going. So we'll have a look at that. And Thomas, unfortunately Thomas, keeps falling off the track. Sounds like one of the episodes off the TV. Anyway, we're going to have a look at that and see where we can get to with it. Now, please, this is not a how-to video. I'm not professing to know what I'm doing, and I'm not professing to be telling you lot how to do it. It's just a simple, I've got these to fix, so I thought, well, I'll stick the camera on and I'll video what I'm doing, and see where I get to it with, basically. This, running off the track. What can it be? Well, one of the first things I want to do is check the back-to-back spacings between the wheels. I know that can throw it. Now that's a toy that I've never had before, so we've been out and we've bought, better get it in shot, this, which is a DCC Concepts pardon me, back-to-back gauge, which I got from my local shop, Peter Spares. It's an awful lot of money for what it is. That's it. That's all you get. £8.86 for that. Bugger all there. Just makes me want to cry. I could buy a train for that. So anyway, I'm going to start with Thomas and we'll check the back sets. If I turn this on and turn you on and off occasionally, it's just because I don't want to bore you while I'm doing everything. So folks, I've dismantled it. I've got my 3 screws here from the chassis plate, and I've got my buffer stops further on. So we're just going to take this plate off, keep it that way, then you know which way around you are, and we'll just coerce the wheels out, put the block over there, out the way. Really hard when you're doing this over the shoulder. Anyway, the gist of this is to put it, should fit. You're seeing this on camera. Let me just adjust this light a little. That might be a bit better. So the gist of it is that this should fit between these wheels. Between those. So let's have a look. Well, the first one isn't, and the second one isn't, and neither is the third. There we go, we managed to get that one in, look. So that one's on. She's a little snug, but I believe that that is okay. Ooh, she's very snug as well. Well, there should be, I believe, somebody wants to tell me differently, there should be some resistance there. I don't know. Yeah, it's getting better. I'm just going to kind of use it as a means of spreading out the wheels a little bit. See, it's moving much better now, that. Right. Where are we going to get to this set? Well, this is way off. I know you probably can't tell on the camera because of my big club fingers, but if you can look there and look at the bottom, if you can see it, this gauge just is nowhere near on the middle. It's kind of sitting level with the edge of this rim here, which is really not good. So this middle set, ooh, is, yeah. Now I don't know whether you can see that. Let me bring it up to the camera a little. I hope this is bright enough. but you can see if you look at the wheels, they're actually running. They're running like that. Where I mean, on the base of the gauges at this end, it was like that, and I put the gauge in, and the wheels are doing that. So they're obviously 100% definitely they're off. I'm just going to do the same again. Just keep running this around, just to see if it'll push the wheels out to where they need to be. I'm just a little surprised as to why they're so far. I mean, that's much better now, but I don't understand why they're so far in. I might have an awful feeling that it's probably because we're little people, those little ones who they still think they're toys. Well, they are technically, Anna. They are toys. Let's be honest. They're just grown-up toys. But yeah, unfortunately, kids are kids. I have three little ones. Well, say little. 10, 8, and 6. They don't grasp the concept that you can break these things really easily. See, now this is now in. I hope you're getting all of this. This is so much better now. The gauge is in. It's, you know, I can revolve the wheel around it. So in essence, all I've done is I've used the gauge as a means of spacing the wheels out. He says, oh, there we go, I've got it in. So yeah, look, it's running all the way around now. That one wouldn't go in before. Now it does. So I would say, Uncle Jared, I found your problem as to why your train is coming off the track. It's because your wheels are all over the place. Every single one of them is too tight, which means that it's sitting inside the rail rather than on the rail, which means as it comes to a corner it'll fall off. So there you go, that was nice and simple. So while we've got it off, I'll just have a little look inside here and see if there's any muck and debris, and it isn't. It's still lovely and clean from last time. As all the contact points are still spot on, albeit that one has got, there's one there, you can see that it's got into a little bit of a mess. It's been bent over, which is a shame. It's been a little bit twisted and warped. Now you've got to be careful doing this, because at the end of the day these are just, you know, ultra thin copper strips, so don't go mad with it. You don't want to be breaking it. I know it's replaceable, but that's not the point. It's always best to repair something than to break it completely and then have to dash out and go and buy new parts. So there we go. So we've got it. We'll do that. We'll pop this back together.
What? Brakes is in the room, supervising the dogs.
Bearings to sit correctly in the chassis. Sorry you can't see, but it's dark. Yeah, I've got a light on, I know, but right now more interested in getting these bearings in. It's been bloody awkward. Come on, settle. There we go. So we've got all them in. Now let's just manipulate the pickups a little to be where I want them to be. And see how that one's got bent now. I know exactly what's happened there. I know, before you're all thinking it wasn't me that did it. Keeping a hold of the wheels, because obviously I don't want them to fall back out again. Now I've just got them back in, so that's that one in, that one's in, and come on you big clumsy git. There we go. Right. So they're all back in. Spacings have been done. And I've completely forgotten which is... yeah, sorry. Just making sure I have this the right way around. I appear to have. I'll just locate that over there. Drop everything back in. Put the 3 screws back in. Now I know some of you are probably watching this thinking, well, how is he going to test it when he hasn't got a layout? How is he know it's going to go around the bend? Honestly, I don't. But after seeing what I've just seen there, I'm about 99% certain that that's what was causing his problems. Every single set of those wheels there was just too tight. You know, this little thing, yeah, it's nearly £9, which I played hell about. But at the same time, that was £9 well spent, because it's just proven what I guessed at when he explained his problem and the issues he was having with it. I guessed immediately that the wheels were not set right and were nipping the track. And actually, when I first got this and I first looked at it, you could actually tell none of the wheels. I did actually wonder, at the time I couldn't tell which one, but this middle one, and I know I'm saying it now and I should have said it before, but this middle one you could see was really a lot narrower than the other two. And I was trying to figure out, well, is this one right, or is these two right, front and back? And it turns out that none of them were right. So we've done that bit. Let's put it back in. So there's 2 hooks at the front going to 2 holes. So we just drop that back in there and ease this back end in. There we go. A little click fit. I really need to see if I've got some of those. I think I've given them up to my Uncle Jerry. Bear with me, folks. Sorry folks, I'm off camera and I'm racking away at myself. I'm looking for one of those, but I seem to remember that the spares of those that I did have I've already given to my uncle. Like me, he likes to buy things from, well, he doesn't buy off eBay, he goes to actual auctions and buy stuff. So he gets a lot of broken, damaged bits and pieces. And I'm 99% certain I gave him all of the ones of these that I had. So unfortunately, much as I don't really want to because it's not right, I'll have to give it back as it was, Uncle Jed, because you've got all my couplers. I'm going to have to go out and buy some more, by the looks of it. Just get that screwed back in. Missed it completely, you clown. Been a long day, folks. Been a long day doing stuff around the house, painting and what have you. So I'm a little tired now, and it's a little bit dark in here. I did have this wonderful massive 100-watt bulb in here, and my wife pinched it, put it in the front room, which is ironic because we hardly ever have the light on in there. I think I might have to go and pinch it back. Oh, well, things are falling apart everywhere. Just locate my screw onto that because it's magnetic, or at least it is now. Sorry, I'm off camera, I know, but I'm as blind as a bat. glasses only do so much for you. Sometimes if it's too far away from me with my glasses on, I just can't see it, so I've got to bring it back to myself. So that's that back on, and as far as I'm concerned, yes, I know I can't run around the track, but those wheels are definitely 100% better than they were. This thing wouldn't touch them before, wouldn't go anywhere near. Now it fits all of them. As far as I'm concerned, they're all now set at exactly the same spacing, which means they'll sit on the track properly. It's good to go. So there you go. You'll have to take my word for it that Thomas will no longer fall off the track.